Yo, what up? This is your boy Rama, and I just got back from San Diego. The traffic was bad, and I live pretty far from San Diego, so it took me hours to get home. But I'm glad that I'm finally home. Um, so yeah, San Diego Comic Con 2024 is officially over. I know, I'm sad too. um, by the way, if you're hearing a whizzing sound of a fan in the background, it's because I do. It's because I do have a fan right now in the background pointing at me. Because if I don't have it, because my room doesn't have AC, so if I don't have the fan, I would be melting. I would be sweating. So yeah, before I crash the bed, I want to give you this video, uh, my thoughts on what I saw today or earlier today, and what I saw was I attended the Jurassic World Chaos Theory panel where they screen the first episode of the upcoming new season two. By the way, season two will drop. All episodes will be available on Netflix for you to stream. I think October 17. But those of us who are at the panel, we were the lucky ones. We got to watch the first episode. We were the first to watch the first episode, and so it was exclusive. It was special. Um, and right after that, I tweeted about it, and a lot of you guys had asked me, "Hey, Rama, can you give us details on what happened?" Sure, that's what I'm doing right now. But some of you had asked me, like, "Hey, Rama, can you upload the episode? Can you leak the episode?" What do you take me for? An idiot? I'm not an idiot. You're not allowed to record any footage on the screen. You should know that by now. You know, footage on the screen at Comic Con that's copyrighted stuff, man. That's the same as if you try to bootleg or film uh, a video. I mean, a movie in a theater using your video camera. That's the same thing. So no, I don't wanna. I don't wanna get banned from Comic Con. So are you kidding me? So enough with that stupid question. No more of that stupid question. But if you ask me the details of what happened, I'm giving it to you right now. Um, so at the end of last season, the Nublar 5, well, the Nublar 6, but even though Brooklyn is still alive, but the rest of them don't know that yet, remember? Darius, Kenji, Ben, Yaz, and Sammy, they in their head, Brooklyn is still dead. In their head, Brooklyn died. So we'll just, for the sake of the story of what happened on episode one, we'll call them Nublar 5. They jump on the cargo ship. By the way, they keep everybody at the Q&A panel, they keep calling it boat. It's not a boat, it's a cargo ship, or it's a container ship. It's massive. So they jumped on it to hunt down, or eventually, hopefully, hunt down the mysterious guy called the Broker, who apparently ordered the hit out on the Nublar 6. So, fast forward at the beginning of episode one, Darius, Kenji, Ben, Yas, and Sammy, apparently they have been living for days inside a giant container. I know the first thought that comes to mind, like, how do they poo? How do they pee? Where's the bathroom? And number two, how do they shower? Do they not shower? If they don't shower, holy crap, they must stink or they must smell like rancid. I know it's only a cartoon, it's only an animated show. I should not overanalyze it. I get it, but still, the logic part of your brain kicks in sometimes. Like, how? But then again, they make, long story short, they make a noise, and the captain and the crew find out, so they got caught. But the storm kicks in. The storm rages on. Thunder, lightning, cats and dogs rain. And so the captain and the crew are overwhelmed. So Darius said, hey, don't arrest us. And in return, we'll help you guys. We'll help you manage the situation. And so they agreed upon that. They agree with that, I should say, upon that. And so apparently there's this lever you pull, you push forward in order to put the container bolted down to the floor. I don't know how accurate that is, compared to real life cargo ships. But that's what Darius and Ben are doing to help out. But then the storm causes the power to go out, and that causes the electricity that keeps the door closed to go off, and that results in the doors to spring open. And that means the dinosaurs can roam free. Luckily, most of the dinosaurs are scared of the storm. They are so afraid of the thunder, lightning, shaking of the ship. Maybe they have some sort of seasick kind of. Maybe they want to throw up. But one example was the baryonyx. One of the baryonyx wanted to go out, but then it's like he came back in and he curled up in the corner, so scared of the storm. But one dinosaur escaped, and that is, let me get this pronunciation correctly, Majungasaurus. It's carnivore, and yeah, apparently there's two Majungasaurus, but one escaped, one killed the other, one escaped, and that the next few minutes is just terror, man. It's just terror. Majungasaurus chasing Darius and his friends. Majungasaurus chasing the captain and the crew. And Majungasaurus is one sneaky bastard. So stealthy, dude. It's like he would just sneak up on you when you least expect it. And it's like, wow. And the episode gets pretty graphic, blood-wise and whatnot. You would be like, holy smack, they actually went there. And then Darius and Kenji have their heroic moments, and then they save the day, and all is well with the world again. And then the post-credit scene, there's a twist. I won't tell you what that is. There's a twist that will make you go, you'll be like, oh my god, oh snap, yeah, boy, to steal from Flavor Flav. Oh boy, this is gonna be exciting. So yeah, the twist reveal at the end of episode 1 is just, it'll make your head spin, definitely. Now my review. What did I think? The episode 1 was scary. It was scary. Yeah, you can say it borderlines a horror movie kind of scary. But here's how I would describe it. Remember the season where Scorpius Rex showed up? The season, Camp Cretaceous season? Was it season 2 or 3? Anyway, Scorpius Rex, terrorizing the camp, the Nublar 6. It was scary. That season was scary. That's the same scary on episode 1 of season 2. It's that kind. And of course, with the storm, and electricity going out, so it's also dark, visually wise, and also the tone wise. The tone is also dark. It's just crazy, dude. It's insane. How much the writers try to push to the edge. The fact that this is a young adult show, right? So it's tackling young adult stuff, and also apparently the chase and the thrill of the chase, of the hunt. The dinosaurs hunting down the humans. That itself also matures, and now crossing over into, horror cinema, if you will. The whole thing with Yaz and Kenji, I find that very interesting. I'll leave it at that. It's called, I would say interesting. We don't see them hang out that often. It's usually Yaz and Sammy, of course, and Kenji and Darius and the others. So yeah, but then again, there's a commonality that they share here, because Kenji still feels sad about what happened to his dad, what happened to Brooklyn, even though Brooklyn is still alive, but he doesn't know that. So he's still sad, and Kenji tries his best to put on his Kenji persona. It's okay, guys. Yeah, I'm Kenji. Happy-go-lucky. But Yaz can see through all that bullshit. Yaz notices that Kenji is sad, and the commonality that they share is that, I think, because Kenji is traumatized by those personal losses, just one after the other, and Yaz knows a thing or two about trauma, as you've seen from the previous, from the first season, if you will. So I think there's that connection, and so we'll see how Yas helps out Kenji with the devastation that he feels, because Kenji is the kind of person who just likes to repress, suppress and push down his feelings. You know what I'm saying? Which is not healthy. By the way, Darius and Ben and Yaz and Sammy were playing this game. Guess which dinosaur make that sound? So when they're in the container, when they hear a dinosaur growls, they be like, "Oh, that's a something something saurus. That's a saurus." And Darius, being a dino nerd, he would always win every time. So Yaz and Kenji, I'm sorry, Yaz and Kenji have their sad, profound moment, while the others, have their, goofy moments. And then, of course, when the Majungasaurus were on a rampage, all of them, have their, "Oh my God, run for your lives" moment. And there's a fire happening too. I won't get into details with that, but it's so chaotic. It's such chaos, which fits the title of this show, Chaos Theory. So, yeah, overall, but if I were to give one criticism, okay, I mentioned to you that Darius and Kenji have their heroic moments on this episode. Again, I don't want to get into specific. I don't want to spill spoilers there, but what I'm getting at is I hope it. Okay, remember last season, Darius did that thing where he lured the T-Rex out of its cage the same way or in the same manner that Bryce Dallas Howard's character in the first Jurassic World movie did. She did the same thing. She lured. Remember, she was wearing high heels. She was running in high heels, and she lured the T-Rex out. So there's another heroic moment involving Darius on this episode 1, season 2. And it's just like, I get it. By this point, Kenji and Darius kind of knows how to handle themselves. I get it. And they've been in tougher situations than that when it comes to dinosaurs. So they kind of know a thing or two about how to evade and how to, make sure you get on top of the situation. But at the same time, I just hope it doesn't often. I just hope it doesn't happen way too often to the point where they turn Darius and Kenji into some kind of Tom Cruise or Keanu Reeves. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with being a man of action, but at the same time, we want these kids to be relatable. We want these kids to be vulnerable. We want these kids to, like young adults that have problems, basically. We don't want them to turn into Tom Cruise. But that seems to be what happened on this episode, especially with Kenji. The situation that he got at the end is like, really? Again, the logic part of my brain kicks in. It's like, how? There's no way anybody else could have survived that, but he did. So that's what I meant by like, okay, reel it in, guys. Really back in writers. Don't turn these guys into Tom Cruises of this franchise. So that's it. That's pretty much it. But overall, it's such a great episode 1. I feel so happy that this show exists. When Camp Cretaceous ended, I was bummed out. I was like, oh man, I wish we could follow these guys more on what they're up to next. And voila! Chaos Theory comes along and quenches my thirst basically on that aspect. So thank you for tuning in. And as always, subscribe. Let's rock this. Woo!